Howdy YouTube, Darlington Farm here. Well, as you're going to see here in a minute, I have been out here working on the lathe here. So, got the one behind me, the big one here, pretty much as far as it's going to go here for the time being. I'm kind of running out of time here I can spend working on these guys. I got to get back to some paying work, but it's been kind of nice to just hang out here in the garage this week and work on these guys. I got my belt guard on there this morning, and I was having some problems yesterday with the VFD. I don't remember if I mentioned that in another video or not. I had moved it from being on the floor down there just right in front of the machine to sticking it on the wall behind me here, and ever since then I was getting these weird problems where it would trip off occasionally. And I thought, what the hell? All I did was run wires from there, from the machine up to there, and it ended up being my rotary phase converter apparently didn't like that extra current draw. So I was getting 130 volts on one leg, 35 volts on another, and like 70 volts on the other leg. Those cool thing about those VFDs are you can run them off single phase, so I just have single phase going into it. Works like a champ now. I still haven't wired in the start, stop, and reverse buttons on the machine, but that's going to have to wait for another day, because this machine, I don't really need the reverse, because if you can engage up for forward, middle for brake, and down, and it has a built-in reverse, which is really handy. So I don't really need the reverse. I do want an emergency stop on there, but that'll have to wait a little bit. Like I said, I've got some paint work coming up here that I got to start getting ready for. But this guy here, if you ever do one of these guys, take a week, spray it down with WD-40 before you even touch the thing, because what took me like 2 days of scrubbing on this other lathe over here, I did this morning in maybe 4 hours. I just sprayed it down, wiped it off, and most of the funk just wiped right off of this one. So it was much, much easier to do it that way than than with that guy where I just scrubbed for 2 days. So yeah, basically just let it sit. As you saw there, I broke the compound down on this guy, and I'm working on the carriage now. I got it where it travels nice and free. The ways are a little beat up on this one, as you can likely see. Let me get the carriage out of the way here, where you can kind of see. So you can see right in here where it's been beat up pretty good, and on the back side here, and there's some scoring right along in here. Nothing too horrible, but it's not great. But I mean, I figure for what I'm going to use these guys for, this is fine. I'm just still rocking the carriage back and forth and just wiping the funk off. I am not going to mess with trying to remove the carriage and actually cleaning things properly, but I think I'm just going to keep cycling it back and forth, spraying it down with WD-40 and mopping up the rest of the stuff. I still need to get some whey lube for this one, but I'm still kind of doing that same process where I'll run it back and forth a couple times, clean it, and there'll still be some black crap in there that comes up. Spray it down, wipe it back, or run it back and forth, and kind of do that. Need to clean up this forejaw here, and but I was messing with it yesterday and actually got a fairly decent surface finish. I was running about 100 and, oh, come on, focus there. About 180 RPMs, I think it was. Or no, sorry, I think it was about 350 or so. And I got a fairly decent surface finish, which I'm pretty happy with. Come on, focus. There you go. And I got some new tools. My machinist buddy there brought me some high-speed steel bits and whatnot to play with. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking about just taking that little chuck I've got and making a deal that I could chuck it up in there, and then he was like, hey, dumbass, just make yourself some soft jaws that fit in front of it and take up the extra space there. So I'm just going to do that. That's a lot less work, because I have 3 sticks of 1018 3/4 cold rolled left over from that fence job I did last week. So anyway, yeah, I kind of wanted to use that to play around with and make some stuff. I think I'm going to make myself like, a machinist hammer there, just, try tapering and knurling and whatnot. And anyway, yeah. There's that monstrous compound. Yeah, the dude was like, that is the biggest compound I've ever seen. This is my next project here before I get that lathe going. I'm going to go ahead, I think, and put a 3-jaw in this guy. I have 2 of these big 4-jaws, like the 16-inch 4-jaws. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put a 3-jaw in this guy since it's like the smaller bed, just for turning smaller parts. If anybody out there is a machinist and they think that's a dumb idea, please let me know. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, so I figured just for ease of not having to take like 10 minutes to center something up in the chuck or indicate something in that 4-jaw, I'll just throw a 3-jaw on that guy for the time being. But this thing is heavy. And I gotta try and get it apart here. I think I just take these screws out of the front here. But I need an impact Allen, basically. And then there's some screws around the base here, and then this guy pulls apart. I think, I don't know, I haven't actually tried to get it apart yet. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and throw this guy on there. And again, if anybody has any real reasons why I should just put a 4-jaw on there, please let me know. Again, I'm not a machinist, I'm trying to, you know, kind of learn to do what I need to do. U2s. Well, you saw me scrubbing on this thing for most of today. I got it just temporarily hooked into my other VFD here, and we are going to see if the motor will fire up. You get to see this live here. Alright, fingers crossed. Oh, it's making noise. Sweet! Motor works. Sounds like it's still spooling up. Alright, well, let's try and engage the clutch, see what happens. We'll go up. Oh, hallelujah, it works. Sweet, I'm gonna order myself another VFD and mount right next to that guy. Heck yeah! Now I'm just bypassing all this old switching shit that's in here, and I'm just running straight into the motor with the VFD. And we're only pulling 5 or 6 amps running idle there, so I'm pretty stoked about that. We got oil in it, and I need to change the oil in this guy too, but I'm pretty stoked that it runs up. And now this one does not have, doesn't have the reverse like my other one does, which is kind of a bummer, and now it's making a weird noise. I don't know, I need to check over the clutch before I really do too much more with it, but yeah, it sounds like the clutch in this one may have a problem or may just need adjusted or cleaned out, but it's working. I'm super excited. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm DarlingtonFarm. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button down there and check back to the channel. If you like seeing things sped up like that and have some music over it, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm trying to decide basically how I'm going to do this. If you'd rather just hear the sped up noise of the machines in the background, that's fine. Just leave me a comment below on your preference. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. Once again, thank you for watching. I'm DarlingtonFarm. Have a good night.